BioGroup takes household and business waste and turns it into compost to enrich our soils. And better still, they produce electricity to power themselves and feed the national grid. It's not just carbon neutral, it's carbon negative.
High Heavens is a typical council recycling centre. On the outskirts of High Wycombe, this site can cope with plastics, paper, electrical goods and even the odd carpet. It's always busy with green-conscious householders. Although the past decade has seen a steep change in attitudes towards recycling, one area in which the UK still lags behind our European cousins is in the recycling of our organic waste. Recycling organic waste separately extends the lifespan of landfill sites. It improves soil condition and fewer greenhouse gases are emitted during the process compared to traditional methods. This is the BioGroup's organic treatment facility, where they compost the waste from our kitchen bins along with waste from our gardens to produce an organic soil conditioner. Food and garden waste is collected from homes, shredded and turned into compost. This compost naturally contains billions of bacteria and is then dumped into huge covered bays. Air is blown into the mixture to kick-start the decomposition process. Within days, the bays get as hot as 80 degrees centigrade as the bugs start to digest the waste.
We're here fighting the biggest battle of all, which is that against climate change. And problem of putting organic waste, 60% of what you and I throw in our bins at home, is that when you put it into landfill it rots, it turns to methane, and methane is 22 times more potent than CO2 as a greenhouse gas. So we're here to take that out of the landfill system and process it and actually turn it into a useful resource.
This process, called in-vessel composting, takes around a month. Once it's completed, the compost is further sorted until it turns into an organic soil feedstock. Packed with nutrients, this material acts like a natural fertiliser, nourishing depleted soils.
This is the final product. This is the material that we've taken from the waste bin and we've turned it into something useful that can go back onto the soil. As you can see, it's rich in organic matter and it will hold the water in the soil, it will help the structure of the soil, it'll feed the worms. And this is what we have to put back in the soil, and we're doing this obviously with waste. 21 days ago, this was waste in somebody's dustbin and now it's something useful.
The heat generated by in-vessel composting is currently lost, but BioGroup is investing in building new plants that harness this energy. One of them will be built here on the border between Oxfordshire and Northamptonshire. The new process, called AD, or anaerobic digestion, will harness the methane produced and use that to turn turbines which generate electricity. The whole process, therefore, becomes entirely carbon neutral.
It overcomes the problem of releasing greenhouse gases from landfills. It overcomes problems of the landfills themselves, and it gets organic matter back into the soil as well as producing the renewable energy.
The possibilities for clean energy from our waste are endless, and BioGroup are so certain it's the future, they're investing heavily in it. This site in Oxfordshire should be completed in 6 months' time, and when it's fully operational, it'll be able to cope with the rubbish from 60,000 homes. That's the equivalent of a small town. BioGroup hope to have around about 25 of these facilities completed in the next 5 years. This major expansion plan will involve BioGroup forming partnerships with both local authorities and commercial energy and utility companies to eventually create a national network of waste regeneration centres. So with just 1 tonne of organic waste slurry capable of generating enough electricity to make 1,800 cups of tea, your dirty wheelie bin could soon be the key to clean green energy for us all.